start tonight's regular meeting of the City Council, City of Grove, Council Chamber, Grove City Hall, October 12th, 2020 at 5 p.m. If you would, Mayor Pro Tem Bailey, lead us in prayer.
Heavenly Father, please watch over all of our deliberations tonight and our decisions that we make for the betterment of the city. Watch over our troops abroad and in other states. Also keep all of our employees safe at all times. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please, City Secretary.
Mayor Bailey?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Baden?
Here.
Councilmember Warren?
Here.
Councilmember Hoyer?
Here.
Councilmember Tyson? Here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's meeting. First item will be item 4, will be the approval of the minutes of the September 28th, 2020 regular City Council meeting.
Mayor, I make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the minutes as written for September 28th, 2020. Are there any questions or comments over that? Mayor votes aye. Mayor Pro Tem Baden.
Aye.
Councilmember Bourne.
Aye.
Councilmember Hoyer.
Aye.
Councilmember Tice.
Aye.
With the approval of the minutes as written for September 28th, 2020. Any citizen comments or reports?
Here we have a report from sanitation, if there's no other, anybody else.
Mr. Kincher.
Okay, as y'all know, we're dealing with another hurricane. Yeah. So this one, it is less debris than the last one so far. It looks that way. There is still a lot in people's backyards that isn't out yet that we can't see. But so far it seems less. It's going to be just like the last one. We're not going to get FEMA reimbursement for this. We're not going to qualify for it. So we're kind of, it's all on us. So we started the actual collection today, and we put a deadline on placing the material out for collection of Friday at the end of the day. So we're doing this because we got to get this picked up quick. We don't want it to drag out any longer. Plus, people didn't really evacuate. They were already here, so they have plenty of time to get it out. We anticipate that it'll probably take 2 weeks, this week and next week, and then we should be 95% caught up with it. There'll be a little bit here and there, like maybe a big pile that's taking us a little bit to get. There's going to be delays in the dry trash and the green waste, so if you hear anything about that, that's why. We're trying to kind of clear an area before we move on to the next one. Garbage collection, which is your garbage cans, that's not going to be affected. That will stay on normal schedule. Although today there was a little bit of delay because Entergy had so many trucks, and we have not been able to get to a section of Eugenia. But I think people can understand if we're to pick it up tomorrow, so they get their electricity today.
Yeah.
So the disposal, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to grind the green waste. About looks like 85–90% of this stuff is green waste. So we'll be grinding it up just like we did last time. The contractor will be here in about 2 weeks. He said he's a week and a half to 2 weeks out, and he'll be here and he'll start grinding. That's another reason why we have to put a limit so we can get all this hauled to them so we can get it ground up and be done. The placement, it's the same as usual. Green waste has to be separated from everything else, which includes bags of leaves. I know people like to bag their leaves up, and a lot of times they think that it's leaves, you put it with the tree limbs, but because it's in a plastic bag, it needs to go to the landfill. That needs to be separated. So tree limbs, branches, stumps, all that go together, and everything else in a different pile. If the piles are mixed, it's going to delay pickup because the driver's going to skip it. Because he's either picking up debris or he's picking up trees. So he'll skip it, and it'll be like maybe a week before it gets picked up. And then anything with Freon, refrigerators and freezers, you have to have the Freon removed by someone with a license. They provide you the paperwork, then we can pick it up. That's federal law. We don't make that up. So anybody have any questions?
Thank you, Mom. Appreciate you. Okay, next item is 6A, will be consider appointment of municipal court judge and an alternate municipal court judge for 2 years terms. It's Judge Mike Simon, current term as municipal court judge for 2 years, and Judge Brad Burnett, current term as alternate municipal court judge for 2 years. They expire on November 15th, 2020.
I make a motion that we reappoint municipal judge Mike Simon and alternate municipal judge Brad Burnett. Second.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the current municipal court judge Simon and alternate municipal court judge Brad Burnett. Any questions or comments over that?
Mayor, I put on each one of your positions an envelope that gives you a history of Mr. Simon's history over, handling our court. And it's from, I think, 2011 to all the way to 2022 on the paperwork. If you'd like to take a chance to look at it. This year's been affected by 7 months of not being able to operate due to a virus. So thought you'd be interested in those numbers.
Any other questions? Mayor votes aye. Mayor Pro Tem Bailey.
Aye.
Councilmember Bourne.
Aye.
Councilmember Collier.
Aye.
Councilmember Tice.
Aye.
For the approval for 2 years for municipal court judge Michael Simon and alternate municipal court judge Brad Burnett for 2-year terms starting November 15th, 2020. Judge, you want to say anything? You've been pretty quiet, so you haven't been working. So.
She told me to keep my mouth shut when I got here. If any of you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. I'm finishing up 14 years, and it's been an honor to serve the city. And I just want to say thank you to each of you for the support that we have gotten from the mayor and council. That's about it, unless anybody has any questions.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
One quick, didn't you lose a long-term employee in your court, Miss Edgar, was it?
Yeah, she left probably 2.5 years ago.
Okay, and
She retired. I think she had been here like 40 years.
how's the transition with the new people?
Yes, Charlotte Woodson was moved. There were 2 ladies applied for her, and she was the one who was selected to fill the spot.
Okay.
And has been doing an excellent job.
She's the one from Beaumont?
I'm sorry?
Is she from Beaumont?
No, I think she lives in Neyland right now, Brandon. They were living in Grove, but I think they moved first part of this year.
I met 2 of them over there. One
The
out
new lady that was just hired, Juanita Rowland, actually came from Beaumont PD.
That's who I met.
Yeah, she was.
She was at one of our emergency management meetings.
Yeah.
That's who I met. Okay.
And
Thank you,
again,
Judge.
that's another one that's doing a very good job.
Yes, sir.
Again, thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Judge.
Mike.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Item 6B will be considered scheduling a special meeting for 5 p.m. on November 17th to canvass the results of the November 3rd, 2020 City of Groves general election.
I make a motion, we have a special meeting on November 17th, 2020, to canvass the elections on November 3rd. General election.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the special meeting for November 17th, 2020 for 5 p.m. to canvass the votes for the November 3rd, 2020 general election in Groves. Any questions or comments on that? Mayor votes aye. Mayor Pro Tem Bailey.
Aye.
Councilmember Moore.
Aye.
Councilmember Hoyer.
Aye.
Councilmember Tice.
Aye.
For the approval of the special meeting for 5 p.m. November 17, 2020, for the canvassing of the votes for the November 3rd general election in Groves, Texas. City Attorney, nothing for you, sir. City Manager invoices?
Yes, sir. Mayor and council, the invoice approval list for October 12th is as follows. Brentag polymer for the water treatment plant, $33,120. CLS Sewer Equipment Company, Hughes Sewer Push Camera with a 200-foot reel, $8,962. Novus Wood Group grinding the green waste debris from Hurricane Laura, $50,095.50. Republic Services, new construction, the Peace and Dignity Program, several locations, $5,916.99. Sylvie Ford, 3 Ford Explorers for the police department, $129,911.40. And then finally, from Wessinger, number 4 high surface electric motor for the water plant, $8,738 for a total of $236,743.89.
I make a motion to pay the city invoices.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the invoice list dating October 12, 2020 for the sum of $236,743.89. Any comments or questions over that?
And Mayor,
Mayor Pro Tem.
those are all budgeted on the police department. All those
Oh,
are-
yes, sir.
All in the budget.
Yes, sir. Well, 2 of them came in, they were budgeted, but the price went up after we bought them.
Right.
Okay, so the price is a little different, but we budgeted for 3 of them, and they changed the price after, because of some differences there. So I think it ended up being about $7,000 or $8,000 more than we had budgeted, but we had to get the cars, and we had no control over the price change in the middle of the year.
I got one other question about the grinding of the green waste. Is Mike still there?
He stepped out.
Okay. That, I know we had an abundance, it's okay, Don. We had an abundance of, the debris. What is our normal monthly? Or when they, not the monthly, but when they come grind?
When we chip, we usually chip once.
Well, about every 3 months?
Troy knows. No, about every 6
About
months.
6 months?
It was about that much every 6 months.
Oh, that's not too bad.
So that was 6 months worth.
Yeah, we have like 8 months of trash in 2 weeks. Yeah, okay, I was just checking. Thank you very much, sir.
Did you have a question?
Well, do you know about what our cost is for more,
For what now?
for the whole hurricane, or do we know
Oh.
a ballpark?
Not yet. We
Okay.
can get, we'll have that, soon. We're looking at probably the additional overtime for fire and police and public works. Then what I'll do is I'll put together a report, or Lamar will put together a report on manpower, then the cost of, for example, the chipping and the cost of fuel and things of that nature. So I have a report for you. And then later on, I have a report on what the cost of Delta has been. But I will say this, Delta is going to be tremendously less expensive than Laura, much less expensive.
Yeah, I got it. The grinding, is that the removal, is that the dump of the chips too?
That's
or
everything.
Just the grinding?
That's everything.
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 Okay.
Any other questions over that? Mayor votes aye. Mayor Pro Tem Baden. Councilmember Bourne.
Aye.
Councilmember Hoyer.
Aye.
Councilmember Tice.
Aye.
For the approval of the invoice list dating October 12, 2020 for the sum of $236,743.89. Any council member comments or questions? We'll go ahead and adjourn this meeting. The codes meeting will be right after this.